Today I'm going to do a natural brush back look for my client Patrick. This look is extremely versatile, natural for the day-to-day, but very sharp with neat details. I'll begin the haircut by wetting the hair thoroughly. Next I'm going to make a horseshoe section around the top of the head, drawing from the natural partings in the corners of the hairline and working around the growth patterns on the crown. Beginning on the right side of the head, I will comb all the hair back to help me visualize the sections, working through the sides and back at 45-degree diagonal angled sections. I'll take my first section from the temple area to the top of the ear, pulling straight out to me without angling my fingers. I will continue angled sections through the right side and onto the back. Remember to use the fine teeth end of the comb when pulling sections for the best tension. Now moving down the back of the head into the nape area with my fingers at a slight angle to emphasize graduation. Keep in mind, cutting on angled sections helps to promote movement in brushed back haircuts like this one. Moving to the top, I will re-moisten the hair and comb everything straight back. Then I begin to connect vertically to reinforce graduation up the back, starting in the center and moving from side to side, following along my guide. Next, I take a center strip section down the top of the head into the back. I'm picking my section up from the crown area, projecting straight up, working on base, to round out my corner transitioning to the top. This allows me to decide how much length I want to take off the top. I've set my guide from the length I removed over the crown, and I'll now work forward and then work side to side with vertical sections. I'll connect horizontally into the sides by taking a 1/2 inch vertical parting from the top directly above the natural parting. I'm projecting down and back slightly to conserve length. I'll take 1/2 inch partings continuing up the head and matching them to my guide until I run out of hair. This is a good point to go back and check the weight around the crown after connecting the sides and back. I often find that I need to readjust my angle to remove the corner and excess weight from the crown. Next, I'll take horizontal sections to cross-check through the top. Always keep an eye on how your shape reacts to adjustments made throughout the cut and reassess. After adjusting the angle over the crown, sometimes I'll have to re-layer beneath it to get the shape back in check. Once the foundation is set with shear work, I'll blow dry starting in the back and over the crown, then working forward, directing the sides back and the top up to give the hair volume. Once the hair is dry, I'll shear over comb to debulk the nape and build up graduation before starting the neck taper with clippers. I start the taper with my 2 guard using a C-shaped motion, pulling off the head right at the transition out of the nape area. Next, I will set my skin line in a slight semicircle shape to retain darkness on the edges of the hairline. I take my foil shaver underneath to get the hair nice and bald. To blend my taper, I go in with my number 1 clipper guard open and I blend down. When fading down, I'm always going in with my lever open, closing more and more as I descend down the section to blend out any inconsistencies. Next, I blend the taper into the length above using shear over comb. Once the neck taper is complete, I taper the temple and sideburn area using the same process. As I'm tapering out the temples, I usually tend to dip down into the client's beard to emphasize the taper. Once the taper's done, I'll start detailing with my outliners, starting by connecting the temple arch to the beard and then just on the edges of the neckline. After outlining, I'll start removing weight from the sides and back using texturizing shears over comb, visually running my texturizing shears through the areas that look heavy. I check for heavy spots by running my hand through the hair and watching how it reacts. To remove weight and texturize the top, I'll point cut through the heavier sections. As you can see, when I pick up sections of hair, I'm looking for the denser areas to break up. To style my client's hair, I used Uppercut Deluxe styling powder to emphasize his volume on top and to give him a natural finish with a decent amount of hold.